Estudiantes, buenos días. Bueno, vamos a comenzar mientras llegan otros estudiantes. Bueno, bienvenidos. Me gustaría introducir esta conferencia para el día jueves. Me gustaría presentar a la doctora Lara Behr y a la doctora Carina Schneider, ambas de la Universidad Hochschule en Alemania. Good morning and welcome to this space. Thanks so much. Bueno, les doy la palabra.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es Carina Schneider. Trabajo en la Universidad de Worms, en el departamento de International Business, en la administración. Y también estudié en Worms, comercio exterior y economía internacional.
Buenos días, me llamo Lara y no hablo español suficiente, so this is why I will have a presentation in English language. So my name is Lara Behr, and my colleague and myself both are representatives of Worms University of Applied Sciences in Germany. It's a great pleasure to be here today. And myself, I'm the program manager of two international master degree programs, Global Trade Management and Entrepreneurship, within the Department of International Business Administration at Worms University of Applied Sciences. I'm working with students from, well, daily I'm working with students from all around the world who have chosen Germany as their destination for higher education, and today we are very excited to share some insights regarding studying in Germany. So we divided our presentation today into three parts. In the beginning, I will give you an overview of the German higher education system, including the PhD program in Germany. Afterwards, my colleague Carina will present our university and what we are offering within our institution. In the last section, the third part, I will provide insights into our department, especially with our two international master degree programs in global trade management and entrepreneurship. So let's start with, now it's not working anymore. Oh, now it is. So let's start with the higher education system in Germany. First of all, I will share some general facts. So currently there are 423 higher education institutions in Germany with approximately 2.8 million students in total. Of these higher education institutions, 120 are universities, classical universities, 246 are universities of applied sciences, and 57 are colleges of art and music. In total, at higher education institutions, there are approximately 10,500 different undergraduate programs and further 9,500 postgraduate programs throughout whole Germany. Of course, we differ academic qualifications such as bachelor's degree, master's degree, and PhD degrees. And in addition, there are some subject areas in which courses or programs lead to state certified exams, so for example in medicine, law, or training of teachers. The majority of the higher education institutions in Germany are public institutions. As you can see on my, or as I already mentioned on the previous slide, we differ between universities, classical universities, and universities of applied sciences. At universities, the focus is on imparting theoretical knowledge. This is why studies are mainly highly academic and research-oriented. So the classical universities are characterized by a strong research orientation and usually also characterized by a wide range of subject areas. Some universities also specialize in certain subject areas, which is often reflected in their designation, such as, for example, technical universities or universities of education. Furthermore, all universities in Germany have the so-called natural right to confer PhD degrees. Means universities, the classical universities, are authorized to train doctoral candidates and to award the doctoral degrees. Universities of applied sciences instead are characterized by a strong focus on practical and professional application, so more emphasis is placed on that practical and professional part than on theory. So courses are mostly tailored to meet these professional requirements. Some programs also contain whole semesters where students go on work placements, for example, or conduct projects within companies in Germany or abroad. The range of subject areas at universities of applied sciences are usually not as extensive as at classical universities, and the group size of students is smaller. Besides bachelor's degree and master's degree, you can also complete PhD degrees or programs, but just at a few universities of applied sciences, as universities of applied sciences do not have that natural right to confer PhD degrees, but several state laws open up that possibility for specific disciplines and subject to special conditions, but more details on that a little later in my presentation. Public universities or public higher education institutions versus private institutions. So as I told you before, the majority of higher education institutions in Germany are public, so most of the institutions are either government funded or government recognized. There are in total 279 public institutions compared with 108 privates. In spite of the increasing presence of private higher education institutions, which a large number have been established in the last few years, public institutions remain clearly in the majority. Almost 94% of students are enrolled in Germany at public institutions, and private higher education institutions are mainly smaller institutions and offering only a very limited range of programs, and in addition, private higher education institutions are also charged high tuition fees. So, due to the federal system in Germany, the responsibility for education lies entirely in the individual federal state. So the federal states are responsible for the basic funding and the organization of higher education institutions, and each federal state has own laws governing higher education. So this means, consequently, that the actual structure and the organization of the various higher education systems may differ from state to state. However, in order to kind of ensure and guarantee same conditions of study and to guarantee mobility within Germany, certain basic principles have been agreed on by the federal state ministers of science, so that governance must take these into account when defining and developing laws and regulations. So this was more like these hard facts. I brought also some, I call it soft facts. So what is campus? This is, I think, like the most interesting part, especially for the students here. What is campus life and student life about in Germany? So, and I have just selected a few points about campus and student life in Germany. So, for example, the admissions in Germany or at German higher education institutions are often based on, or mostly based on, academic qualifications, so such as the Abitur. The Abitur is a German high school diploma, and of course on academic qualifications. Some programs may also require entrance examinations, but mostly only the master programs do so. So the educational structure in Germany or at German higher education systems or institutions offers, as I told you before, of course, master's programs. They take in Germany 3 or 3.5 years, and master's programs 1.5 or 2 years. And for those who are highly interested in research, there's furthermore the possibility to complete a PhD program, which lasts approximately five years in addition. While there are English taught programs in Germany, particularly at the master's and doctoral level, many, or better said, most of the undergraduate programs are taught in German language, but of course we have lots of English taught programs, and for example the German Academic Exchange Service, the AAD, or the Higher Education Conference are offering a database which helps students in finding the right degree program, especially when it comes to international and English taught programs. Regarding fees and financial security, so regarding fees, all German higher education institutions charge their students a so-called financial contribution for their studies. We call it semester fee or semester contribution for each academic term. Some institutions also charge tuition fees, but many or most of the higher education institutions, and particularly the public ones, have no or low tuition fees to make, or in order to make education more affordable. Regarding financial security, so especially for international students, or especially international students will be required to present a kind of proof of financial resources in order to guarantee that they can afford the cost of living and the cost of studies in Germany. Furthermore, in Germany, lots of German institutions, higher education institutions, offer a range of scholarships and financial aid options like education funds or student loans for both, so for the domestic students and also for the international students. And here as well, the DAAD, German Academic Exchange Service, provides many scholarships, especially for the international students. What is the academic culture about in Germany? So Germany or German institutions provide flexibility and of course high quality learning. So the institutions in Germany emphasize academic research and focus on students' autonomy and independent learning and research. So this is very important for institutions in Germany. And also in a few cases, attendance in Germany is compulsory. So this leads to, or sounds like, a lot of freedom and flexibility. And students have, of course, a greater independence in organizing their studies themselves. So students have much more kind of control over what they study and when they study and in which time period they study. But of course, this requires in Germany a high or a lot of kind of self-organization, self-structure and self-discipline. So students in Germany are very expected to be self-motivated and engaged in self-directed study. Regarding student representation, so students can actively participate in decision-making processes in Germany, so by joining so-called student representative bodies, where they can, for example, voice their concerns and influence university policies. Societies and socializing. In Germany, the higher education institutions have a, I'd say, vibrant student association culture and have a wide range of student organized societies, such as, for example, just to name a few, international clubs, sport groups, day trips, cultural events on and off campus, and of course further more activities. So what I want to say in a nutshell is that student life in Germany can be characterized. Furthermore, Germany attracts a large number of international students, which makes, of course, the campuses more diverse, and this diversity adds consequently to the richness of campus life. Independence, this is how we called it, or how I called it. In Germany, many students move out of their parents' homes when they start their studies and live in student dorms or in shared apartments, or also lots of students move, for example, to another city to study in order to kind of break away and discover new things in life. And this independence makes up a large part of German student culture. The cost of living in Germany are about average, I'd say so. So compared to other European countries, of course, they are significantly lower than in other countries, like, for example, Luxembourg, Switzerland, or Denmark, but rather higher compared to countries like Poland or Czech Republic. On average, a German student has nowadays expenses around 600 till 900 euros per month. Working student jobs and mini jobs. So in Germany it is very common for students to have working student positions or mini jobs to cover their cost of living and to cover their cost of studies. So working student jobs in Germany are, I'd say, mostly or often flexible, especially when it comes to schedule and working hours. And this allows, so this is quite a perfect opportunity because it allows students to coordinate work and study effectively. And of course, in addition, student jobs can provide valuable work experience, which is quite helpful for the start in the future career after bachelor's and master's degree. So far, regarding the higher education system in Germany, I would continue now with the right to confer doctoral degrees, PhD degrees. So what is PhD? What is it about PhD programs in Germany? So PhD degrees in Germany are obtained through a kind of specific process, especially a very long process in which PhD candidates demonstrate their high ability to carry out independent research. In Germany, PhD degrees are mostly conferred by the classical universities or, of course, also other higher education institutions with equivalent status. But as I mentioned also before, classical universities have this, we call it natural right to confer PhD degrees. As I mentioned also before, the universities are much more research driven. Of course, universities also offer a wider range of research fields, and this can increase the variety of research topics. Whereas referring to universities of applied sciences, only a few federal states in Germany have the right to confer PhD degrees, and all remaining universities of applied sciences have currently, let's say, only the possibility to participate in so-called cooperative PhD programs. In general, the following 3 stages of a PhD program in Germany can be identified. So the preparation phase, where it is mostly about to meet the admission requirements and to take care of your supervision and financing and funding. Afterwards, the doctoral phase itself, where it goes about acceptance of the dissertation itself, and the oral exam afterwards. Then the last stage, the doctoral degree, so the total grade, conferral of the doctoral degree, and the publication of the dissertation. So in total, as I mentioned also before, you need to calculate approximately 5 years in total, sometimes less, sometimes more, for the doctorate in Germany, and so it is a very long and also challenging process in Germany. The dissertation itself is classified as an individual, independent research achievement, so it must be in line with the latest developments in the relevant field. It must contribute to scientific knowledge. It must also satisfy high academic standards, and depending on the specific discipline, the dissertation may contain more experimental or more theoretical components. These are just like the general facts or the basic facts to give you a kind of orientation about the PhD program in Germany. So, and I would like to continue with PhD degrees at universities of applied sciences in Germany. So as you can see on that map, already a few of the 16 federal states in Germany have the legal regulation that allow universities of applied sciences to award PhD degrees independently. So do Schleswig-Holstein, Berlin, Saxony-Anhalt, North Rhine-Westphalia, Hessen, Baden-Württemberg, and Bavaria. And as you can see, Rhineland-Palatinate is the red-marked federal state, and the independent right to award PhD degrees in Rhineland-Palatinate is currently still reserved for the classical universities. And universities in Rhineland-Palatinate, they only have at the moment the possibility to participate in cooperative doctoral projects. So, of course, the goal as well also for our federal state is to obtain that independent and own right to award PhD degrees. We are currently in the application process, so preparing all the legal basis which is needed to receive this independent right. This map shows you, so this is Rhineland-Palatinate. This map shows you those universities of applied sciences within Rhineland-Palatinate which are currently applying for the independent right to award PhD degrees. So do the University of Applied Sciences in Koblenz, the Technical University of Applied Sciences in Bingen, University of Applied Sciences in Trier, Mainz, Kaiserslautern, Ludwigshafen, and also our university, the University of Applied Sciences in Worms. In the following, I would like to give an example for a cooperative doctorate by presenting CVAT. CVAT is a research training group of the federal state of Rhineland-Palatinate, jointly carried out by our university, so University of Applied Sciences in Worms, together with the Technical University of Kaiserslautern, collaborating closely with the Bergen PCT project at the University of Bergen in Norway, and this research project is funded by the Ministry of Science and Health. The CVAT project is working on an innovation in radiation therapy for treating cancer. The project aims to contribute to improving, it's quite technical now, but just to give you a little orientation, so it aims to contribute to improving particle therapy with PCT, which is proton-computed tomography, and to bring this technology, of course, closer to the everyday clinical practice. For this purpose, intelligent machine learning and visualization approaches are being developed that make the procedure for PCT safer and faster. Now, just to show you the team of that research group, research training group. So as you can see, we have 4 experts from the University of Applied Sciences in Worms, 2 experts from the Technical University of Kaiserslautern, 4 PhD students from our university, and 2 PhD students from the Technical University of Kaiserslautern. So good so far. So that was the first part, the higher education system in Germany, including the PhD possibilities in Germany. On that point, I would like to hand over to my colleague, and she will, as I mentioned in the beginning, she will present our university and what our institution is offering.
All right, now so let us have a look at the University of Worms, where we are coming from. It's the University of Applied Sciences, and thanks to my friend Lara, you already know the differences between the types of universities. Here you can see some buildings of our university on the campus in Worms. And probably you will ask yourself, now, where is Worms? I never heard about it. So I can show you. Worms is basically located in the heart of Europe. So we are very close to France, Belgium and the Netherlands in the north, where we also have the North Sea. We are very close to Switzerland and Austria in the south with the beautiful mountains of the Alps. And also the Mediterranean Sea and Eastern Europe are nearby. Worms is located in the southwest of Germany, and we are very close to Frankfurt, where we have the most important airport in Germany, with the largest cargo volume of all European airports. Also, we can reach Munich and the famous Oktoberfest within 4 hours, and Berlin in 6 hours. But also the popular European capital cities Amsterdam and Paris are nearby and can be visited in less than 5 hours, and by train even faster. Worms itself is a very small town with 85,000 inhabitants. So I know compared to Mexico City you would probably call it Pueblo Mágico. But it's full of 2,000 years of history, since it's one of the oldest cities in Germany. We have Celtic and Roman history, and in the Middle Ages it was a very important center of Jewish culture, which is very special also for Germany. It is also the city of the Nibelungen saga. It's about a man who named Siegfried, and he took a bath in the blood of a dragon. I don't know, maybe you have heard about it. Furthermore, we are living in a wine region, so we are completely surrounded by vineyards and have delicious wine. The city is located directly at the River Rhine, which is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. And what you can see on the picture here in the background is the tower of the bridge that crosses the river. Another big location advantage is that Worms is right in the middle of the Rhine-Main and Rhine-Neckar metropolitan area, with a lot of larger cities around that together form an innovative economic center. That means it's a region with excellent infrastructure, high economic power, a lot of research and scientific institution, as well as a wide range of cultural and leisure activities. And if you are interested in more details of Worms, we also brought some flyers. So, if you are interested, just grab some after the presentation. So let's move on with the history of our university. Our university was founded in 1949 as a pedagogical academy, and 20 years later the name was changed to University of Educational Sciences. So at that time, teacher trainings took place in Worms. Later, it became a department of the University of Applied Sciences Rhineland-Palatinate, and it was not until 1996 that the University of Worms became an independent university. And finally, in 2014, it was renamed to the University of Applied Sciences Worms, as it is today. These are our pre-faculties, with in total 23 degree programs. We have the Faculty of Computer Sciences with bachelor's and master's degrees in Applied Computer Science and Business Computing. Then we have the Faculty of Tourism and Travel Management with various degree programs such as tourism, travel, air traffic, aviation management, and even piloting. So if you want, you can become also a pilot at our university. And last but not least, the Faculty of Business Management, where we belong to. We offer programs about digital business, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, global trade, international logistics, retail and sales, and German taxation. As you can see, we have in total 4 degree programs that are offered completely in English. And later on, Lara will tell you a bit more about the 2 business-related ones. In addition to all the classic degree programs, the University of Worms also offers cooperative study programs. Currently, it's possible to study 13 of the bachelor's and 6 of the master's degree programs that I showed you on the slide before in a cooperative mode. Cooperative students attend lectures during the semester, followed by a 2 weeks exam period, just like all the other classical students. But after that, they go to a company where they have to work for 12 hours. It's a partner company of them, so they also have a contract with them. This way, the cooperative students have the perfect mix of theoretical and practical knowledge, so they can combine their academic studies in the university even more closely with their career ambitions. So it's a win-win situation for both parties. The students get to know different areas of the company and can apply their acquired theoretical knowledge in real life and in practice. And for the company, of course, it's a way to attract young talents, because typically after graduation, the students are then offered the chance to make a career at their partner partner company. And last but not least, the students receive a salary from their partner company, so it's also a very good way to finance their studies. Well, also besides the 3 innovative faculties and interesting degree programs, we have best prerequisites for a successful academic study in Worms. We have approximately 3,500 students and place a great emphasis on a welcoming atmosphere. So a successful course of study depends on the exchange between students and on the intensive personal support provided by the professors. And we can ensure this at our university to very small study groups. We also have modern lecture rooms. One example you can see here on the picture. And currently we have another new building under construction in the middle of our campus, which will be called Welcome Center. And it will also offer open workspaces, also for group works, of course modern new classrooms, but also a place for networking between lectures through a cafeteria. Furthermore, we have an international focus and, as all universities of applied sciences, a very high degree of practical orientation. And especially regarding the last 2 points, I would like to go into more detail on the next slides. Let's start with the internationality. We not only have 4 degree programs which are completely in English, but also large parts of the other programs are in English. So, for example, we also have bachelor programs with about 60% German courses and 40% English courses. So all in all, there are a lot of English courses, so this also attracts, of course, a lot of foreign students. So we have more than 80 nations on campus, and approximately 20% of our students are international. And of course, this creates naturally an intercultural exchange on the campus. In addition, our study programs also is so you learn how to negotiate with someone who has another culture or make business with them. We have transnational cooperation projects in research and teaching, and at the end our students have good preparation for performing tasks in an international context. Here we can see a map with all our partner universities. So in total we have 220 partner universities in 59 countries. In Mexico we have 9 partner universities, and of course we are very pleased that the University of Hidalgo is one of them. Well, the other important advantage is the practical orientation of the university. Our academic and research profile is geared to subject-related qualifications and professional specialization. For this purpose, we not only have a large number of attractive partner companies, but also many experts from the market and the industry by our side. On the one hand, most of our professors have years of work experience in business and industry, and on the other hand, we have many external and guest lecturers who are experts in their professional field. And they bring the current topics and problems from the everyday business world into the classroom. Vice versa, various excursions are organized each semester so that the students can advance their studies off campus. In most cases, a particular company is visited in order to look at their business model, their working methods, or processes such as logistics and production. But also trade fairs are visited, such as logistics fairs or startup fairs. Furthermore, we have a lot of in-class projects which are realized together with the company. So the students work on finding solutions for real problems in a real company, and at the end they have to present their results in front of the company. But also bachelor's or master theses are a great opportunity to work on research questions together with a company of the region. So of course we have this strong practical orientation not only in terms of teaching, but also in terms of research. Every faculty has its own interesting and innovative research fields and collaborates closely with organizations from business, industry, and tourism. We have the Center for Technology and Transfer at our university, which is a central research facility, and the activities of the center cover the implementation of research projects, but also the publication of research results, application-oriented software development and security research, and administrative support for all research projects, but also supporting software and hardware infrastructure. The center also generally secures funding for our research projects and also development projects through public channels, such as the European Union or federal or state funding measures from Germany. What you can see here on the slide is a part of the research project supported by the center. You already heard a bit about CVET from my colleague Lara. And in the following, I will go through some other research and development projects, and I will give you a little insight. So, the first project I would like to introduce to you is the storytelling app. In the city center of Worms, we have the oldest still existing Jewish cemetery in Europe. It's the one on the picture here on the slide. And students of the Departments of Computer Science and Tourism and Travel Management of our university made a cooperation to develop a mobile application for this important historical monument, and thus also, of course, for the tourism in Worms. In 2 teams, the application has been developed from concept to implementation within 1 semester, and for the students of the Department of Tourism Management, the main task was the conceptual development, like the target group analysis, research of content, and the creation of narratives for transferring the information about the cemetery to the tourists. The students of the Department of Computer Science took care about the, of course, technical and visual design, and also finally the programmatic implementation. Of course, this developed concept can also be transferred and applied to other use cases such as museums, cultural tourism, or even brand communication. Another project was SART, which stands for Spatially Aware Augmented Reality in Teaching and Education. And as the name already suggests, the aim of the project was to explore the potential of augmented reality for the use in teaching and education. So for this purpose, concrete AR-based teaching units and sustainable test applications have been developed by our Faculty of Computer Science in cooperation with another university. For example, you can virtually place yourself by the use of these glasses in the learning environment of the laboratory, or, for example, in the forest when you have to learn something about nature or trees. So always depending on the learning content. The third project is the Forex Lab. The project was about the development of a mobile training app with which you can learn the foreign exchange concepts as well as hedging instruments and strategies in an easy and intuitive way, like playfully. The project manager, Professor Behr, is here with us on the campus and has already held a workshop with this app on Monday, so maybe 1 or 2 of you have already experienced the app and learned something about how to handle exchange, foreign exchange risks. So if you have questions later on, feel free to speak with Professor Behr. This is another big project at the moment, the Empower project. It's a joint project of 5 universities of applied sciences in Rhineland-Palatinate. The aim is to promote the research-based transfer of ideas, knowledge and technology with business and society in our region. For this purpose, every university focuses on a transfer topic in which it already has a good expertise. The University of Worms concentrates on cybersecurity, but we are also involved in the topic of new work. The other 3 research fields are sustainability, connectivity and health. These 5 megatrends offer a lot of interdisciplinary areas that require networking between the participating universities and some transfer activities. In Worms, the subject of cybersecurity is handled by the Faculty of Computer Sciences. However, one of our professors from the Department of International Business Administration is involved in the new work section. And that's why I would like to tell you a bit more about this topic. Well, the way we work is changing. This process has, of course, also been accelerated by the corona pandemic, as we all know. There is a digitalization boost now, which promotes new work structures, characterized, for example, by work-life blending, collaboration, and remote work. And these changes take place on 2 different levels. The organizational level, where corporate cultures are becoming more agile and adaptive, and on the other hand, there is the individual level, where employees look more for a deeper meaning in their work. The research area regarding new work that is being conducted at our university is the subfield experimental spaces. because when the way of working changes, the working environment, so in other words, the room in which you are working, the office, must also adapt. Therefore, the goal is to develop a new work experimental space to test different methods and room concepts. But further research focuses also on the development of new learning spaces. So as a result, flexible and activating learning environments are to be created, which include special needs in the fields didactics, room design, organization and technology. For this purpose, we have an experimental room at Worms University, which was before a traditional classroom that now has been remodeled and equipped with various features such as writable walls, writable and adjustable tables, which also gives, of course, some flexibility in table arrangement, because when you make a group work, you need another table arrangement than in a classical lecture. This room is actively used already for lectures and tested and constantly developed. So, yeah, that was a small insight into different research activities at our university, and now we move on to another very exciting topic. Because at our university we also have a passion for startups, and we have a whole entrepreneurship ecosystem at our university. This includes a startup center on campus, which offers a lot of know-how and support, for example, to get an Exist fund from the state. We have a student entrepreneurship club where you can meet other founders and connect and discuss ideas. We have the Entrepreneurship Tuesdays, where different interesting startups are invited to present their business ideas and tell their story. What went well, what went wrong during the build-up of their organization. And of course, they are happy to give them advice to the audience and answer some questions. The university also offers summer schools, an entrepreneurship boot camp, and other events like, for example, regular pitch training sessions, where you can learn how to convince potential investors. Of course, various mentors and coaches, such as professors, startup experts, or already successful founders, are always available to assist with any problem or questions regarding the founding process. Another important point here is the Design Lab, which is a makerspace at our university, established in the beginning of last year. In this so-called Design Lab, it gives students and entrepreneurs the space to discover, find ideas, design and create prototypes. So the Design Lab consists of a creative space with a design thinking area, and digital workstations for the design and creation of prototypes, products and design ideas. In a fully equipped studio with professional machines and tools, the students can realize their theoretical ideas and try them out technically. And as you can see on the pictures here, the range of possibilities includes 3D printers, laser cutters, a CNC milling machine, and a wide variety of processable materials such as wood, metals, and plastics to create the first prototype. Here are some other key institutions of our University of Worms which provide different services for students. We have a writing lab which offers guidance on academic writing and searching for research information. We have a career center which organizes workshops, trainings and a career fair on campus where students can connect with companies from the region. And they also established an alumni mentoring program where former students, which are already professionally experienced now, act as a mentor for students. Of course, we also have a library with also access to digital resources and e-books. We have many opportunities for student counseling. Most important for you maybe is the International Center, which is in close contact with all the partner universities and takes care of both incoming and outgoing students. Especially incoming students are provided with a diverse welcome program and a lot of support for example, in accommodation. At the BAföG office, students can apply for financial support from the state if they can prove they are really in need. And the International Language Office offers different language courses every semester, which are free of charge for students. There are, for example, courses in French and Chinese, and of course also German as a foreign language, which is very interesting for all our international students, so yeah, that you maybe have an idea what you are buying in the supermarket. Yeah, that's the end of my part. So I hope I was able to give you an impression of our university in general, and Lara will continue with our department.
All right, last but not least, in the final part of our presentation, I will provide some insights in our department, where we working in or coming from. So the Department of International Business Administration, we call it IBA in short. As Carina told you already, but just to quite quickly give you again a short orientation. IBA is, besides two other departments, the Department of the Faculty of Business Management at Hochschule University of Applied Sciences. Alright, so as our department started, I'd say more than 40 years ago with a diploma program called International Business Administration and Foreign Trade, we provide competences in the field of international business administration and foreign trade since many, many years. So it's kind of proven that we are able to guarantee our students a future career, so we enable career opportunities in the global economy. By using our competences in research and practice, we develop and implement innovation solutions for the economy. And all this would of course not be possible, and we would not be where we are today without a strong team in the background, which constantly brings forward the developments within our department. So our department team consists of 12 internal full-time professors, as well in addition internal lecturers and external lecturers, including guest lecturers also from abroad, with in total approximately 25, and last but not least an administration team of 10 people in total. Just to give you also a short insight, these are the heads of our team of professors, 12 professors as I already told you, within our department, each with its own field of expertise, such as controlling, finance, data analytics, marketing, human resource, and furthermore. Within our department, we offer 3 programs with a degree of a bachelor's, with one with a focus on foreign trade, global trade, one with a focus on international logistics, another with a focus on digital business, business analytics, and big data. All of these are mostly taught in German language and only partly in English language. But our 2 international master's degree programs instead are completely taught in English language. So the Master's Business Administration Studies with a focus on foreign trade, which is global trade management, and the Administration Studies with the entrepreneurial focus, which is entrepreneurship. All our programs, as Carina told you before, can be studied in a classical way, which is full-time studies, and also in a cooperative way, means like in cooperation with a company. For global trade management, our target group are, of course, students with an international ambition, international background, and of course an international perspective. As mentioned before, the whole program is 100% taught in English language. So that means we have almost 80 to 90 students from all over the world. So basically all continents are represented on our campus. Students can study the program in 3 semesters.